Hi, everybody, and thanks for watching my video or listening to the podcast again. Welcome to the Ketogenic Fasting Project number 16. And just as a little bit of encouragement out there, I want everybody to just think for themselves, how much time are you willing to put into your health? Just take a minute to think about how important it is to you. Now, the topic of today's video is the keto flu. Some people ask if it's real. Some people don't feel good. All of a sudden, they've never heard of it. So I thought it was worth talking about. There is something known as keto flu. So what people experience typically is that they just feel a little lethargic. Or they're not very peppy. They have low energy. Occasionally, people feel a little depressed, and occasionally, people feel a little sleepy. I can't say that I really experienced that, although I did have a day or two where I felt a little sluggish. And I talked to my friend about it when we were doing this at the same time, and he kind of noted that too. But most people, I'd say maybe it's half or so, it seems like. I mean, it's all anecdotal at this point. I don't know that there's any study, but if you do feel that way when you first start out, don't worry about it. Just hang in there. Everything should be fine, at least as far as everybody I know. If you read a book on the subject of ketogenic dieting, it'll be mentioned in there. It's been in every book I've read so far. Um, so, I think maybe I experienced it for a day or two. I was talking to somebody the other day. They said they felt kind of tired for like about 3 days. I think I've heard people say that it lasted up to 2 weeks for them. So maybe it could last 2 weeks. But you're drastically changing your diet, so there's bound to be some effects. Um, like I said, it's kind of hit or miss. Some people say they never felt anything at all, and I think part of that is when you change your diet and you cut out the processed carbohydrates or all the carbohydrates even, you feel so much better. You may not notice that your diet's taking a toll on your energy level because you've eliminated so many other obstacles. If you've been eating that carbohydrate rich diet, you have the machinery inside you to do that. A lot of it comes down to, especially in the beginning, your microbiome or your gut biome. That's all those billions or trillions of little critters that live in your digestive tract that help you digest the food. There's actually just a very thin layer, like one cell thick layer membrane inside your digestive tract, or at least most of it, and all these bacteria. There's more little bacteria living in your digestive tract than all the other cells in your body combined. So, in theory, they outnumber us, but they're breaking down the food. They take fats apart, they take proteins apart, they take carbohydrates apart, and they take those little pieces and they pass them through into your bloodstream or your lymphatic system. And so that that combination of microorganism or microbiome uh, populated the way it did because of the diet you ate, and now you're changing your diet, and so now they need to change. That's not the only thing that's changing, but that's probably the first thing that starts changing. And since you probably have plenty of these microbiome that help you digest carbohydrates and not so many for the fats, especially since you're probably changing the types of fats you eat if you ate any at all. You need to, some of those are going to die back, and then other ones are going to populate in greater numbers to handle the load. So the keto flu is probably just the onset of the adaptation, what we call fat adapting or keto adapting. So this is the first step in the change of your metabolic machinery, and that's probably what causes the flu-like symptoms. It's not actually a flu. You're right. It's not related in any way to influenza, as far as I know. Oh, yeah, adaptation and keto adaptation are the same thing. So when you hear that term used, they're interchangeable. Because you could call this the high fat diet, or you could call it the ketogenic diet. And the only difference is a ketogenic diet is supposed to keep you in a state of ketosis, and of course, a high fat diet is a high fat diet and may not keep you in a state of ketosis, but they're very similar, and they're all very similar to the low carbohydrate, high fat concept. Like I said, you have this thing called the gut biome. It lives inside your digestive tract, and it's made up of, I don't know, possibly trillions of microorganisms that break down food. It's also known as an intestinal flora. And like I already said, the carb eaters are dying back, and the fat eaters are increasing. And so if you're eating a high fat diet, some of that fuel isn't gonna get processed because you don't have enough of the right microbiome to do it. Meanwhile, the carb eaters are starving, so they might be sending off some signals in the beginning. The keto flu seems to be very short-lived. I'd be surprised if people actually had it for 2 weeks, but somebody out, we're all different, that's why this is all individualized. So it's entirely possible that somebody could feel kind of lethargic or even depressed for a couple of weeks. But once you're in a state of ketosis, you should feel fantastic. If you're really feeling lethargic, try a little coconut oil, a little MCT oil. Don't overdo the MCT oil if you're new to it, because it can act like a laxative. Keep it under a tablespoon in the beginning, just to be safe. Once you get through the keto flu, you're still fat adapting. This could take a year. A lot of people thought it took a few weeks, a couple months maybe, but I think more and more we're finding out it takes longer for almost everybody, and there's still changes going on in your body after a year. So the people that are being studied, which are typically athletes, they're still seeing genetic adjustments after a year. Well, here we are at the end of another video. I'm doing my best to try to keep them short because I know people don't have a lot of time. A lot of people have short attention spans, and I want to help everybody understand or learn about the information that I've learned. So if you would, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really helped me out. And thank you for watching, and I sincerely hope this helps you.